Today, on another note.
Let's talk about something a little juicy.
On another note.
A little juicy.
Question, ladies. For the sake of pleasing and pleasuring your man, would you do a hymen reconstruction?
Pick me. Welcome back to On Another Note, and as you know by now, On Another Note is not your average talk show. Ladies, we just had our first show, feeling good.
Yeah.
We had a lot of positive responses.
Indeed.
What was your takeaway from the last show?
I'm glad to see how the public is starting to love what's happening. I'm just excited to get to some more hot, very uncomfortable topics.
I second
When
that.
somebody stopped me at the supermarket and asked me, "Are you that girl?" So I felt like a celebrity.
You are that girl. Own it. Own it.
High five, high five.
So, it's my duty to bring you guys some pressing news of what's going on right now is the Kavanaugh case. I don't know if you ladies have been keeping up with it. I'm hoping that the rest of the world is as well. And what essentially the Kavanaugh case is about, the hearing, is, of course, Brett Kavanaugh. He is the Supreme Court Justice nominee, and he's been faced with some controversy because some women have come forward, specifically Dr. Ford, Blasey Ford, to say that some things went down while he was in high school that was not cool. And it was sexual assault. And we're actually waiting right now to see if he will be confirmed. Do you think he'll get through?
I don't think he will. The justice system is where you want the truth. And if somebody is not open enough to have an FBI investigation, just let it happen. Like, if something like that has happened in the past, just be open about it, because when people snoop around and search, they're going to find all of the other nuances that you didn't even think would come up now. But people are gonna come forward, just like this doctor here who's coming forward. So I think he should just be open. But I think he started off wrong.
Yeah, as a
So
legal person,
I
I
don't
don't think
feel
he's
like
himself well. He
will.
should have just, come out in the open and, put it out there.
Hey, that's my past. This is who I am today.
Definitely two
And keep
different
it
people.
moving.
Yeah, I have
Yes.
one quick statement for that. When in doubt, throw it out. So whenever you're in doubt about anything, I think you just start over, start another page. And it's okay to say, you know what? Because this is bringing so much negative light to the nomination, I'm going to sit this one out while we settle this in the background. And let's put another nominee, because now we're bringing a negative perspective to what should be a really promising moment.
Right. Yes.
So confirmed, yes or no? What do you think?
No.
I mean, he might surprise you. He might just get it, and then, there'll be an uproar, there'll be protests, and
But
then
there's already protests starting. for
even
him.
more, right? So,
Yeah.
but he, like I said, I don't put nothing past them at all. I won't be surprised if he continues on, like he
That's
gets
a good
it,
point.
and then I won't be surprised if he doesn't. So let's just see.
But I think what is resounding in everyone and every woman's minds right now is, of course, the Me Too movement and why I didn't report it. And if you're on social media, on Twitter and what have you, you're seeing that coming up so much more because it's bringing out a lot of deep-seated issues, and past situations that would have happened with many women, and all of a sudden, persons are coming forward. So what I personally like about this case is that it's making women now know that they have a voice and that they can come forward no matter what level the man is at, no matter what they're faced with, that they also can come forward. So I'm hoping that it also inspires other women to do the same.
Indeed.
Agreed.
Okay, so enough about that. Let's talk about something a little juicy.
On another note.
A little juicy.
Well, that's where I come in on another note. Yes, ladies. The topic I want to bring today is about hymen reconstruction. Do you know
Hamaha.
hymen reconstruction?
Are you talking about the vajayjay? Let me find out.
Yes. Do you know that you can actually become a virgin all over again?
Yes. No, seriously. The Bible says that, you can be born again. So I believe that you can
Listen,
But-
listen. But what? Let's discuss. What is hymen
That's the point.
reconstruction? Or better yet, what is the hymen? I want to read a little bit about what this topic is about. Okay, in a world of extreme makeovers where human bodies are now fashioned to order, this may be the ultimate plastic surgery. It is for women only, and it fixes a tiny part of the anatomy rarely mentioned in polite company. You may know it by a variety of slang terms. Technically, it is the hymen, a thin membrane that partially covers the opening of the vagina. A girl who has never had sexual intercourse is supposed to have her hymen intact. A new surgical technique is giving girls with a past a new future. Dr. Roberts, who runs the Cosmetic Surgery Center in Toronto, where in a simple half of an hour operation, he turns sexually experienced women into surgical virgins. The surgery is called a hymen restoration, a relatively simple procedure that stitches back together what a moment of passion might have shattered. Question, ladies. For the sake of pleasing and pleasuring your man, would you do a hymen reconstruction?
Wait, no, pick me first. Let's go back a little bit.
Oh my
No,
goodness.
it takes half an hour to put back what probably took 30, maybe 10 seconds. In the first instance. No, it's just
April, come on. You have to be a little more. You
I
can
didn't
do it.
understand.
Come on.
like,
The truth
but
is,
why?
wait. You mentioned something there about what a girl should have. I mean, biologically, not every little girl has a hymen.
Yes.
There are different varieties
But that
of
is
hymens.
different cases though. That's not the norm. I've heard about ladies,
Well-
girls that are born with a fractured hymen, but that's not the norm. You're supposed to come with an intact hymen.
I love the word suppose, but truth be told, we don't have any studies out there to
Okay.
say how many persons were born with an imperforate
Okay.
hymen, which means it's just a sheet without a hole,
Okay.
or microperforate, where nobody does research on hymens.
Okay.
And if you're born without one, that's one. The second thing is a little girl who who does ballet, dancing, stretching. The hymen is gone from she's
Long
4.
time.
You know,
But
it's not.
I
Who
want
judges?
to bring the question back.
Okay.
We can pass on that.
Uh-huh.
Do you, if you had an opportunity, place back your hymen for the purpose of pleasing and pleasuring your man?
No.
What,
No,
but
it's deceptive.
Can we speak a little bit about the socio-cultural context of why some women do that? Because I know some women travel to the BVI
Yes.
to go to a certain clinic to get it restored because where they are from or their cultural background
Yes,
is
I've
that
heard
a
about
woman must
They
be
must
a
have
virgin.
that virgin.
She must bleed.
that
She
wedding
must
night.
bleed
Yes,
on her
yes.
wedding night.
True.
So, you know, it's one of those things that I don't think typically the Western
But can I
women
doesn't-
would.
When you spoke about women wanting to put back this hymen, and one of the things was that women, not all women have the hymen by the time they even have sex, one. And two, I can't help but to think that that's like voluntary female circumcision. Have you ever heard of female circumcision where they remove the labia and they
Is the labia or the clitoris?
they take
Well,
some
everything
remove that
else.
too. It's like they
Oh.
remove
I think it's
everything
the
down there
clitoris
that's
that
fun, and then they sew the skin
Yeah,
together,
That's vaginal
and so that the
mutilation.
hole could
But-
be this big, so that whenever the child, because more than likely it's children, because they are child brides, when the child eventually have sex by the age of 13 or 14, that the hole now is so small and the skin has even healed over
Yeah.
what they're supposed to even have a period, is like mutilation.
Yes, it
So
is
me
vaginal
now,
mutilation.
pick me at like female mutilation. I just think that no
It's a-
guy is looking down there anyway. No teenager, because more than likely, I think 75% of the teenagers experiment, even if they're like 18. I have never recalled any of my friends saying, well, he went down there first
Well,
and then he come back up and say, I
Let's
wasn't
just look
about
at it like this,
No.
right? Let's take it on another note. So we're talking about the pleasure. You're right. Nobody actually looks down there. So let's talk about the feel of the hoo-ha. Yes. Let's talk about the feel of the hoo-ha because that's what you're getting to. It's not really about the hymen. it's about the rejuvenation of that sensation for the woman to feel an orgasm, to feel what it is like to clench muscles, and for the man to feel what that is like for her as well. So we spoke about rejuvenating the hymen. But what's more popular and I would say more pleasurable is rejuvenating the hoo-ha from the inside.
The vagina.
And then,
Let's be comfortable saying that. It's the vagina.
It's the vagina. It's the vagina. Hail the vagina.
Yes.
I call it a magnum opus.
So can you imagine? Okay, so we've given birth to a 10-pound baby. You stretch out, it's kind of lax, it's kind of loose. So initially, one of the things you can experience when you're younger is a loss of an ability to orgasm. But we don't think about the extreme about it. Like when you go through menopause and stuff. Yeah, when you go through menopause, you have to think about bladder prolapse. Like your bladder falling into your vagina because of a lax
I want my
vagina.
vagina to be 100% all the
So,
time. I don't want to talk about this.
Let's talk about making the vagina 100% again. There's actually a procedure called vaginoplasty. So what they do is, it's done by obstetricians and plastic surgeons. You go under the anesthesia, but they take out all of that redundant, that excess lax vaginal material, stitch that up and give you a tighter vagina on the inside. Then on the outside, you can actually restore the perineum. Do you guys know that when you have pregnancies and you can tear that part and people have to be stitched up?
Right here.
You can,
Yes.
you see, you can actually do surgery to close that up, make it tighter.
I want to shout out my doctor
Yeah.
because I got my stitched up for free after my second baby. I said, can you just stitch that up extra? She was like, okay, you sure? I'm like, my husband gonna like it. So
Oh my goodness.
shout out to you. I won't call your name.
Well, if you can get it, but you kind of got your rejuvenation for free. So then you can also rejuvenate the outside. So we talk about rejuvenating the inside. So I know a lot of people have issues with like ingrown hairs on the vagina, making it not look presentable because you need
You
to.
know, Shaq, you
Feel
said
it.
I and me, right?
You
Because
need
of a
to
conversation we
feel
had
it.
on the side. Because of a conversation. But it's fine, it's fine. Let's tell the world.
You can actually make that spotty appearance on your bikini area look better by doing laser hair removal.
Okay.
I mean, the truth is, once you remove the hair bulb from the skin, that tan that you would experience from constant shaving actually lightens up naturally because you don't have a shadow. You know, like a guy who has a beard, you shave his beard and then you can tell that he still has a beard because there's a shadow there. It's the same thing. But if you remove the hair from beneath the skin, then the whole area lightens up and you get no more ingrown hairs.
Wow. I just find it amazing that if we really are honest, we're moving to a society where everything and everyone is trying to be so perfect.
Right.
I'm over being perfect. Seriously. I would love to have my vajayjay rejuvenated just so it could look pretty and I could be proud of it. But I can't show it off to anybody. I can't post it on social media and be like, guys, listen, I just did this. You know, I mean, so, you know, at the end of the day, as much as a lot of these things we're doing so that we feel comfortable with ourselves, are we really doing it to please others? Are we doing it for us? You know, is there a deeper issue?
I was thinking the same thing when even the issue about the hymen and the issue about how it looks and how it feels. I wonder if this is only, I'm going to say control of the vagina once again. And us
Women power from
and
the
yes,
inside
and
out.
us demitting that power, this is ours, and do we want it to look this way? Are we happy with how it feels? Are we happy?
I think when you stand in front of the mirror, you want to look, you want to see what you look like.
Certainly. So, that's another show though.
We can a lot more
because it's 5 vaginas right now. So it's like this is 5 hours alone of vagina talk.
I agree.
But we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna pay some bills and we'll be back on another note.
At Horizon Catering, we deliver the highest quality food, innovative presentations, and professional services. We know how important catering is to your event, so we cut no corners to ensure a satisfying and memorable event. We can turn your next event from the ordinary to the extraordinary. For the highest quality food, innovative presentations, and professional services, call Horizon Catering at 284-499-2132 or 499-2142. At Blossoms, our floral experts use their creative flair to design beautiful and exotic bouquets. We are the on-island wedding experts, and for boating enthusiasts, we can help you to add a touch of floral elegance, life, and color to your yacht, mega yacht, or super yacht. You can also find a wide variety of silk and dried flower designs, fresh cut flowers, local flowers, tropical blooms, fruit and gourmet baskets, chocolates, balloons, both helium and air-filled, various gift items, and an assortment of plush animals. With a floral experience spanning over 28 years, we have earned a reputation for excellence both locally and internationally. We've even worked with celebrities. At Blossoms, we continue to deliver smiles and watch our customers bloom.
Welcome back to On Another Note. We just had an awesome first segment. In fact, during the break, we were still talking about this vagina power, but that's another story. I want to mention our makeup artist again for this show. We had, of course, Miss Sotheby. Miss Sotheby. And we had Teas Touched by Tanisha. So big ups, thank you. And you would have noticed how poppin' we look.
Yeah.
Look at us. This is done by the Duo Collection from Nadia Winter. So thank you so much. We are beautiful.
So fly. Oh my goodness.
Yes. I feel like a rock star this morning. I really do. I feel like
I know.
Yes.
I feel
And
like
it's
I should.
amazing to know that we have local clothing designers that can actually make things that we all fit in. We are different shapes, we are different makeups, and literally she came with a stack of clothing from her newest line and
jewelry.
Like a glove.
And jewelry, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Like a glove. Yeah.
Yeah, so big ups to our local yet international designer, Nadia Winter. Thank you.
Let's talk a little bit about some fun things to do. So we're at this beautiful location in Long Bay today, and I thought, you know what? What would be good for our house? What can we make? What can we put together that also goes well with any home? Whether you're renting, whether you're buying, what could be good? So I decided to make a quick but easy, gorgeous, chic, minimalist table. So it's a table that you could put your plant on. It's a table that you can put next to in your living room as a side table. And it's very simple. So it's made out of a concrete top. And then you just have some.
You made a concrete top table?
The table is gorgeous. Do
You
not see
mean
it?
your husband?
No. I mean, okay.
We're going to call him
Admittedly,
though.
He helped. Okay. No. So the only reason he helped
concrete.
is I mix the concrete myself. So
sure.
I mix the concrete, and you do it in a 5-gallon bucket. So you take a 5-gallon bucket, you mix some concrete, you put the concrete down in the bottom, you mix everything in the bucket. It is no mess, ladies. Seriously.
So anybody
Wait,
can-
y'all.
Anybody can
No,
do
but hold
it.
up. Y'all
just know how
could
to
see
teach you.
Angel mixing any concrete.
We got some video clips of this. You'll see that coming right out. So we're here with the Ever So Clever Note, and this is our DIY for this week. It's a concrete minimalist table. What do you girls think?
It looks a bit technical.
Wait, it's not technical. Anyone can do this. So when I tell you it's simple, it is ridiculously simple.
Okay.
The ingredients are things that you can pick up around your home, especially since after Irma, because we're all doing construction at home.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that is what inspired me to do this table. So you have a bucket. It can be a 5-gallon bucket or a smaller bucket, kind of similar to this. You can pick these up at Clarence Thomas or any one of our local Home Depot-ish type stores, so Drake's or any one of those areas. You mix some ready-mixed concrete into this bucket. Literally, you mix that concoction. You buy dowels. You can purchase these dowels right here on Island. They're just a couple
So wait a
bucks.
minute. Do you have to like grease the bucket? before
No, you
put
don't
in
do
the-
anything. You just make sure the bucket is nice and clean.
Okay.
So you want to make sure you start with a clean bucket because remember, the top of this is your table.
Right.
So you want to make sure it's a clean bucket. You mix it in here. You stick the dowels in, literally, into the wet concrete. You let that sit overnight.
Oh.
After one full day, you come back to it. and that's when the real work begins.
Ooh.
So that's the easy part. That's the making of the table.
Nice.
You come back. Sometimes it's a bit difficult. Sometimes it's easier. You slide your table out. The feet are already inset into it, and you get to work. You can decide to paint it any way you want to. So you can paint, or you can spray. So for today's one, we decided to go with a bit of a gold touch.
Yeah.
It matches the house that we're here with, that has a really chic, minimalistic look, a nice Caribbean feel, a little bit of bling. So we've added some gold to the color of the feet, and that's it. Yes,
Yeah.
you know, we want our viewers to see
What
what
it
that
looks like.
table looks like
Yeah.
in the raw. So you can paint it, you can spray it, you can add bedazzle, you can do whatever you want to do.
It shows that it's a natural DIY project.
Exactly, it does. But I thought it would have been a really good thing because the location that we're at today, and we want to say thank you to British Virgin Islands Sotheby's International Realty, because they did an awesome job of picking some wonderful properties. And let me tell you, we've just gone through 1 year of Hurricane Irma and Hurricane Maria. So if you're in the market to buy, to rent, this is the company to go for. Sotheby's has all your needs, everything that you need when you're looking for a high class, a nice
Yes.
location. Today we are on the western end of Tortola, and we have uninterrupted views of Long Bay Beach. It is just gorgeous.
And
So,
just the sound of the waves.
I mean, you can hear the waves crashing.
It's like meditation. It really is. Yeah.
When we walked in, it was such an amazing experience.
Yeah.
You came into the house and you almost felt like you were in your own personal hotel.
Yeah,
Yes.
Like
definitely.
literally.
I'm actually staying here.
This
am.
could be your spot. I mean, the prices are right. The location is absolutely
Yeah.
perfect. You can't have anything better. 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. The suites go from 1 to 3. And guess
Wow.
what? We are sitting on the penthouse level.
Yes, sir.
That's
Does
right.
your house have that? Do you need to upgrade? Contact Sotheby's today.
You forgot to mention it comes with April because I'm moving in.
But seriously, ladies, did you enjoy the house? I mean, we
Yeah.
did a
It's
little
gorgeous.
walk through a
Continuing
tour.
to
It is
enjoy it. It's
absolutely
beautiful.
gorgeous. Whether you have a family, whether you want to have rental income, you know, this is a location that is perfect for any
Absolutely.
needs. If you
And
have
the
a
sea
business,
breeze.
it's just lovely.
The whole thing is just really therapeutic.
No noise. You're hearing all of that, you know,
Yeah.
ambiance in the background, the birds, a couple chickens, the waves,
And the
it's-
BVI, we can't
it's
get rid of
just
that.
amazing.
Okay, so we're gonna do. I think it's time that we take a quick walkthrough. Maybe drink some wine in the lounge area. Is it too early for wine?
Never too early.
somewhere.
Okay, good. But what's exciting about this program is we have a wonderful guest. She's very popular, Miss Cindy Roseanne Jones from the BVI Tourist Board. We're going to be talking about the upcoming BVI Food Fete. So stay tuned on another note.
Situated on the west side of Tortola, this timeless villa, known as the Sundowner, has superb and uninterrupted views of the mile-long Long Bay Beach. The views stretch beyond the ocean towards the beautiful Joss Van Dyke. The Sundowner is fully furnished with an ensuite bathroom on all 3 levels and a jacuzzi tub on the penthouse level. A one-of-a-kind teak dining table sits beautifully on the penthouse open dining area. The villa is complete with a chic Caribbean feel. You can't help but feel at home. The white sandy shores of Long Bay Beach is within walking distance and only a short distance away to other picturesque beaches along the west coast of Tortola. Contact British Virgin Islands Sotheby's International Realty today for your opportunity to own a piece of paradise.
Welcome back to On Another Note. And as promised, we have Cindy Roseanne Jones from BVI Tourist Board here to talk about the BVI Food Fete.
Thank you for having me. It's going well. I'm so excited to be the first guest on this amazing show. With you fabulous ladies. See, I had to get dressed up because when I saw your show last week, I was like, last night I was like, what am I going to put on? I need to.
But you did a
So
good
you
job.
guys-
You did a really good job.
I'm really proud of this show. No. you do a wonderful job.
Thank you. But let's hear more about BVI Food Fete. So now this is your 5th annual Food Fete. What's different this year?
Yeah, this is our 5th annual. The events are the same. So we're trying to build a product so the events are the same each year. We try to add more interesting, whether more chefs, hosts, additional activities, maybe around Anigada Lobster Fest that you guys love. So yeah.
So give us a breakdown of the event. So we're starting from when to when and what's happening.
So due to the hurricane, some of our properties are still damaged. So we normally do a barefoot gourmet soiree on Peter Island on the beach. This year we're gonna do it at the governor's house. Let me call the name correctly. Government House from 5 to 10 o'clock on October 27th. And this event is going to be a Gatsby style vintage glamour. See, I told you you were coming.
I love it.
Vintage glamour. It's on October 27th. We're raising funds for the culinary program at the college, so the tickets are $200. So don't concentrate on the dollar amount, just concentrate on the charitable aspect of that event. Moving forward, November 3rd, we're going to be doing Taste of Tortola. We have quite a few visiting international and regional chefs, along with our own local chefs that will be creating dishes. We're going to have tasting tents, cocktail lounges, tables, fabulous drinks. It's going to be a really nice event at the Queen Elizabeth II Park.
Oh, nice. Is there a cost to this one?
There is no cost to Taste of Tortola, but each sample is going to be $3. So you can eat as you like. We're gonna have quite a few stations, etc.
Come with your budget.
Come with your budget. We've left that open, and each sample is $3.
Okay, nice. So that's Taste of Tortola on November 3rd, and then we have the Just Pork Festival.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
So we started Just Pork in 2016. That was the first time we had the event. Of course, in 2017 we did not do it, but we are bringing it back this year. We're gonna have 2 settings. So naturally everybody goes down to White Bay on a Sunday. All the action is down there, so we're gonna do that during the day, and then we're gonna move up to Great Harbor with Foxy's and another about 8 of them up there. They're gonna be doing in the evening from about 5 in the afternoon. We're gonna have bonfire because around that time is Guy Fawkes. So we're gonna do a bonfire. We're gonna have entertainment. So Just Pork we're gonna take it up another level this year for Just Pork, and so I think that's gonna be fabulous.
I know one year it was pork ice cream, and I just sit there and watch it on Facebook like, who do that?
Yeah.
Who thought of that?
Get your pork ice cream at Just Pork. What date is this again?
Yes, November 11th. So everything on that day is gonna be about pork.
Right, and then we're moving into Taste of Virgin Gorda. So we're moving island to island. So Tortola, we had Just Van Neck, and then we're moving to Taste of Virgin Gorda November 17th.
Yes, because what we try to accomplish with BVI Food Fete is to make it a culinary experience around all the islands, and we try our best to include all the islands. So you'll be able to touch even Cooper Island. They'll be having a rum festival. They're taking part as well this year. But Taste of Virgin Gorda is one of our more upscale events.
Okay.
It's
like
more adult
upscale.
friendly.
She will be there.
Yes.
We'll come.
It will be at Toad Hall. So Toad Hall is the lot right next to Top of the Bats.
Oh, okay.
Right below the Bats, there's this
The open field?
the open lawn. So it's gonna
can
be
walk
there. The decor is going to be amazing. Again, we're gonna have visiting chefs there. I want to say we're gonna have a celebrity there, but I'm gonna leave that for further.
She will be there.
Or say he will
Do tell. Yeah.
She will be there for
Cindy, our audience. No, but seriously, ladies, our audience, we keep secrets. Our audience knows that we don't tell anything. So you can tell our audience who the guests will be because they won't say anything.
I'll just give a small hint and say that you guys are gonna love her.
Okay.
She's fabulous.
Fabulous.
She probably sits on a set where you guys, have all those conversations about guys and home and what makes us feel good. But you love it. We're gonna announce that next week.
You know we're going to bully Cindy into telling us during the break.
Yes, during the break.
We'll get it out.
Who's the one that
So,
cooks?
you already mentioned the Cooper Island Rum Festival. That's the next day on November 18th. And then, of course, we have the
Anigada.
world-renowned Anigada Lobster Festival.
I have been dying to
I
go
think
to that.
that's a highlight.
You
event,
haven't done
isn't
it?
No, I haven't done
I
that
haven't
one
done it
yet.
either.
Neither me.
It's just as
No.
long as you're not allergic. But
Well,
if
I'm
you
not
want to walk with
allergic.
your EpiPen, because it's
I'm
just
not allergic.
seafood.
We
Okay.
should take on
Seafood
another
lobster.
note to Anigada
I-
during the
Thank
lobster
you.
fest.
Let's do
I think we
it.
should go. No, I think we should
Let's
go.
do it.
Seriously.
Make it
Yes.
happen.
All right.
We're doing it.
We're doing it. We're going. We'll be
Glenn
there
is already
live.
saying yes.
I love it.
He's
I
not,
love it.
but
I
he's
think
in
it's a
his
really
head.
good idea.
Our videographer, he's already like, yeah, in his
Support over
in his
there.
heart, in his heart.
About
what
the
we'll be
Anagata entrepreneurs help.
So that is great, but I think you guys are probably gonna do 2 appearances. I'll hold out for Virgin Water.
Back into the actual fest.
Sorry,
You know, yes,
sorry.
we're gonna go to the Anigada Lobster
Oh,
Festival.
yeah,
Yes,
we're
yes,
with
yes. And there are other things. So there's the bar crawls.
Yeah, we're gonna have a few bar crawls on Virgin Gorda, Just Van Dyke, and Anigada. So if you guys are on Anigada, if you're staying, you have to book your room right now. I can't guarantee you that there is space, but we have boats going over. We have VI Airlink. So
We'll
we'd
sleep
love
on
to
the beach.
have you
It's
guys
fine.
there. For more information on the events, you can go to www.bvifoodfete.com, and all the information is there, laid out for you. All the visiting chefs or guests isn't gonna be there yet because that's gonna be a yes
Big reveal.
We're gonna launch that very soon. So, but I think this year you guys are gonna have a great time. Bring your families out and let's do it.
Awesome.
Well, we
So
will.
I have a
That's what we did,
question.
so yes.
And do we get to questions, Cindy? Because
Do
I have
we?
a question.
About
So-
food?
About food. So seriously, as even globally, everyone is really becoming more health conscious.
I agree.
Are we going to have at some point, is tourist board thinking about, in the works, having events geared towards vegans, vegetarians, a veggie event? I mean, we live on an island. It would be really good to
That's
have
a good
almost
idea.
like a farmer's market as a part of our food fete event.
So it's great that you brought up that event because all of our dishes, our chefs are encouraged to use local ingredients, BVI inspired dishes. We are going to have the farmers market itself as part of Taste of Tortola. I like the idea of
just
vegan,
like
but I think that can be added into Taste of Tortola or Taste of
I think
Virgin
you need to make it
Gorda.
a special day so that people can.
Just a special day? I'll think
Yeah.
about that for you. Can you help me
And
plan it?
I was just gonna nominate her to plan that.
Yeah.
But Cindy, it's been great. Thank you so much. It sounds like an exciting event. I think that
Yes.
we sold the
hungry
viewers. So
already.
we're gonna be there. If you want to see on another note, on a
Anja will
few
be
of the
there.
locations as well, we'll be there. Of course, at Anigada Lobster Festival. You guys promised on camera, so we have to do it.
Thank you guys for having me.
We'll be back right after this commercial break.
You love good food? Well, circle the month of November on your calendar. Why? The BVI invites you to the 5th annual BVI Food Fete. During the month of November, the BVI invites you to experience a collection of culinary experiences at the BVI Food Fete. Special menus at restaurants, catered events, and special culinary excursions, all in the BVI during the month of November. Gourmet for a Cause, October 27th. Taste of Tortola, November 3rd. Yost Pork Festival, November 11th. Anigada, November 23rd. And the Anigada Lobster Festival, November 24th and 25th. BVI Food Fete, November 2018. Amazing bar crawl, Yost Crawl, Yost Van Dyke, November 11th. On the Rocks Bar Crawl, Virgin Gorda, November 16th. Taste of Virgin Gorda, November 17th. Lobster Crawl and cook-offs with world-renowned chefs and mixologists. For more information, visit bvifoodfete.com. BVI Food Fete, a celebration of BVI heritage, flavors, and traditions.
Welcome back to On Another Note. And I'm just gonna throw it to my co-host, Adriana.
I have a 3-year-old who is clearly my life at this point. And for any parent who has a child between the ages of, I think, 1.5 to about, let's say 6 or 7, I'm in the potty training mode.
Oh, okay.
You and I were speaking about it earlier.
Yeah.
So, I mean, up until, let's say, September of last year till about December, she was in pull-ups. And then right after December, just before Christmas, my girl was like, I don't want pull-ups anymore, mommy. I don't need them. I don't want panties. I'm a big girl. And I'm like, yes! And from January till we've had about maybe two accidents. One more recent. Right. And I'm very cautious of her drinking in the middle of the night. But I just want y'all to know about the powers of baking soda and vinegar.
Oh, please teach.
No, baking soda and vinegar is my go-to since the hurricanes. Baking soda and vinegar cleans mold. It cleans stains. It cleans blood. And it cleans urine.
It's actually really good.
It's really good.
Scent as well.
So this
and
is
it's
the
a
white
natural
vinegar
cleaner.
or the
regular
White vinegar. White vinegar and baking soda is like it automatically reacts. It starts to foam up. You hear people putting baking soda and peroxide on their teeth to whiten their teeth.
Yeah.
But
about that.
well, I prefer the vinegar because the vinegar somehow it gets rid of that funky after urine smell. So all your parents out there, moms and dads, the ones that are potty training. Get you a big bag or box of baking soda and vinegar. And if all else fails, hydrogen peroxide will work. And keep it for all the potty training issues. So on that note, we're going to switch it over to entertainment news. And recently, Taraji P. Henson held a charity event. And it was the Boutique of Hope. And she did this in honor of her father who suffered some sort of mental illness. I think it was depression. And the proceeds from the event is going towards youth that have any type of mental challenges, whether it's depression, suicide, anxiety. Because, right, that topic is very taboo
And very
in
sensitive,
communities of color, I find.
Yeah.
And our very own Kristen Fraser attended the event. Yes, give it up for Treffle.
Yeah.
So they had their showcase there, and a whole heap of celebrities were there, and everybody just put their best foot forward in supporting her and supporting the cause. Because I just find that, given to me, after Hurricane Irma Maria, everyone has a slight dose of PTSD.
Of course.
But we're not really talking about it.
Yeah.
And these things have, so many friends of mine have said, I feel down, I feel depressed, I feel anxious, I feel worried. And they don't want to talk to anyone, and they just sit there alone and suffer. And, or, I don't know, at their last minute, you find out that they really have an issue. And I just want to know, what do you think about mental illness in our community in particular?
You said the perfect word. It is taboo. We are, and I mean, as a young, I can't really speak to what the men go through, but as a young woman, I know coming up in the BVI, you're kind of taught to be okay with it and just put on your big girl panties and move on with your life. So even when you, and there's this saying, and up to yesterday I was talking to my coworker about this, I can't complain. But then maybe you should sometimes. Maybe it's okay to say, I am not okay.
Definitely. And right here locally, we've had cases where young people have taken their lives.
Yes,
we have kind of forgotten about it, but the issue is there. It is taboo, but it's very much present in our community. But I'm glad to see that more people are speaking about it. We hear Dr. Samuels talking about mental issues all the time. So I am very grateful that people are speaking more about the topic.
And
on the right direction.
After the Irma experience, there was a return to happiness program that
for the children.
I feel like it should have happened all across the board, not just for the
adults
children,
too.
for adults as well, because some people, for me, even when the light goes up, like if the electricity goes off and it's raining, I just start remembering a whole bunch of stuff.
I'll call you the next time we have a blackout.
For counseling.
But seriously, on a personal note, honestly, I had a testimony that I did earlier this year where I was, very transparent about what the after effects of not just Irma, but everything else that happened after Irma did for me. And I talked about the fact that I literally almost took my life. I should have been dead in April, literally, because I tried to take my life simply because everything was too much. There was just so much happening at work. There was too much happening with my house not being able to be repaired. I was having insurance woes like the rest of the community. It was just a lot. And I talk about the fact that, I literally tried to take my life. And it didn't work, and that's why I'm here. And it made me one of those people who would talk about the fact that we really need to talk about this stuff.
We need to
It's
talk about
okay
these
when you're
issues.
having a bad day, instead of us always saying, girl, I'm good.
Exactly.
No, it's okay to say, actually, it's not a good day. I don't want to talk about it, but it's not a good day. It's okay to have someone to outlet to.
You know what? And I'm not that I'm happy that you went through this experience, but I'm happy that it was Angel, because you know you're strong and what have you. You
But that was the
overcame.
problem, though,
But
April.
no, but then too, what I say is, for what's important for our viewers to note is that you may look like an Angel,
Right.
but on the inside you are broken. You know, and so it's very important that we don't always take face value like, oh, but she looks good. She look great.
Right.
You
That's
know.
normally
No.
somebody will, well, what happened? How she could do something like that? I just see her the other day. I saw her. I walked go to the grocery store. I saw her with her child, and she seemed so happy
But you
or
never know.
jovial. So
you
I
never know.
You know,
it's weird.
the good doctor brought up a very good point. The return to happiness happened roll out for kids, which I am so happy it happened for our children. They need it. What I think is important is that employers start really looking at the mental health of their staff. Is your staff okay? Are their living situations great? We're not asking you to go out and help. You know, I'm not asking that you go out and help, but being concerned on a personal level and
considerate.
making sure that every one of your staff members is okay, I think is important.
Thank you, Angel. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for that plug. I think we just inspired a topic for the next show.
Definitely.
Definitely.
It was a wonderful show, ladies. Thank you so much for joining me again. All right. I love being in your company. Thank you again to Cindy from Tourisboard bringing us more information about the BVI Food Fete. And we will
Nadia
be...
Winter.
Oh, there you go.
Thank
For
you.
making us beautiful.
Yes. And our makeup artist.
And thank you to our viewing audience. You've been amazing. See you again on another note. Bye.